Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 here. Welcome home to the channel. It's a beautiful day in filthy Cleveland, but it's a sad day because we're almost done with our 2023 Bmw S 1000 RR. 2 more parts to install on the machine, and then we're going to be giving it away on Wednesday, October 25th. You only have a couple more weeks to enter and possibly win this awesome dream machine. And the last 2 parts to install are our beautiful, brand new Pirelli Diablo Super Corsa SPV4 tires that Zach the Master Mechanic is going to put on this gorgeous machine. And then we have a BMW spec carbon fiber seat cowl that he's going to put on this bike. That's going to tie in the carbon fiber from Full 6 and Moto Million that's adorned on the rest of the bike. It's going to tie it into the tail section. That's going to look amazing. And then this bike will be ready to present to one of you outstanding people for supporting the new bike build series. Information on how you can win this machine is always the first link in the description of my videos. The rest of the bikes are looking great, but today we got to give this beautiful machine one of its last cold starts in my possession before it makes its way to a new home where a person can start it up as much as he or she pleases. It has the latest update from Bren Tuning, ECU flash. You know all the parts that are on this machine. We'll talk about that in a second with Zach the Master Mechanic. But this is a strikingly beautiful bike that's going to look better in just a few minutes.
Yeah, so this will probably be one of my last rides on this beautiful bike, but I tell you guys, every time I mount this machine, I'm reminded of just how much refinement BMW has made to their motorcycles over the years and generations. This being the 2023 model, man, this thing is absolutely mint. So BMW doesn't usually make note of some of the incremental changes they make to these machines, model year to model year, but as Zach has mentioned in previous videos, he's noticed little small things that add up to make these bikes just amazing year after year. And so for this bike, one of the things that I noticed is that the throttle is silky smooth. Now, Bren Tuning ECU flash plays a very big part of that because, as you know, this bike came with a very pesky rev limiter, and it also had a flat spot in it. You know, I think it was around between 7 and 10,000 RPM. It had a flat spot, and that's been removed thanks to the Bren Tuning ECU flash, and now this throttle is absolutely mint. I mean, I don't know if it's the shift cam or whatever, but this bike almost reminds me, with its smooth throttle and power delivery, of, dare I say, a V4 engine. And this is an inline engine, and this is a road full of gravel, which is why I slowed down. For all of you wondering why I'm riding like a pussycat, it's because this is a new bike build series machine. It's damn near almost done, and if it were to have an agricultural experience, it would not be good. Okay, so that's why. Anyway, as I was saying, this bike and its refinement is nothing short of brilliant and amazing. We talked about the throttle and how smooth it is. We can also discuss how the riding position is the absolute best riding position of any super sport motorcycle on the earth. And I think that certain bikes have actually patterned their riding position after the S1000 RR. This thing is just great. Yeah. And with all the parts that Miami Manny has given us to install into this machine, it has just made it a very unique looking machine, but a very high performing and sought after machine just as well. And so the person that wins this machine on October 25th, this might very well be a life-changing event for that individual. And we can't wait to actually find out who that's going to be. You know, whenever we come close to the drawing date, you know, we're always somewhat on pins and needles. Me, because I like to hand deliver these bikes to the winners. I've done that every single time so far. with the exception of, I think, one. There was a guy that won in Pennsylvania, and he came to pick up his bike. And also, of course, the very first Build Series, we gave away 2 machines. And the winner, Eric Johnson, came from Birmingham, Alabama, with his son to pick up his Triumph 675R. So that was awesome. But yeah, like I said, I don't know where this person's going to live. They can live anywhere in the United States. And, you know, so far I've been able to deliver bikes now. We haven't had a winner in California yet, so that'll be interesting to go all the way out there. But of course I would do it, and I think it would be amazing. So I like taking this route to Sills Motor Sales. This person is indicating that he's making a left-hand turn. I appreciate it. And this is a very cool route to take to Sills Motor Sales. Very scenic. It's a bit out of my way, but I like it. There's usually not much traffic, and there's usually nice vehicles, as you see, that like to travel this road, so I like taking a peek at them as well.
Zach, we got more parts for this thing?
Yes, we do. We got the new bike build on the bench, which is always a good place because that means more stuff's getting installed.
Yes.
While you guys were gone, I went ahead, we had a TWM clutch lever, so I replaced the M lever with it. Personally, I like the other lever better, but this matches our Brembo lever a little bit nicer.
Yes, it
they
does.
look about the same now, so just kind of evens that out. We have a cool carbon fiber seat cover from BMW because Full 6 doesn't have one yet.
Yes.
All we got to do is take this rubber piece off, which is simply one screw. We learned behind the scenes.
Yes, we did. For those of you who want to catch this beautiful content, you can on Patreon.
You can watch me take out 4 extra screws and drop the rubber piece. Because really, it's only that screw that holds it. So this just takes up this ugly placeholder like this. Now there are options, which is why this is removable. You can get a GoPro mount that clips in here, and the GoPro mount also holds a data logger, the BMW data logger at least. And I heard that there's a carbon fiber piece that fits in here. I didn't look myself yet to see if that's true or not. All right, so I was able to find the seat pad. It's listed as a seat pad, but then it says carbon in parentheses, which is why I looked over it.
Yeah.
And then the screw is also listed. So then I checked availability on it, and it's $194 retail, but they do have it.
Okay.
So I think we should probably order that. Ian.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll get that and a screw, and then we can put this back on the red one, and then you could just swap back and forth. So that's a huge, it's like a $500 addition right there.
Yeah.
Just in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got the clutch lever, we got this on, changing the way it looks up. It's gonna look probably cooler with that carbon piece too.
I agree.
So we'll get that on the next video, but right now we got some awesome Pirelli V4 tires, right?
Yes, we do. We've seen Zach changing the tires many, many times.
Yeah, I forgot how light this wheel was though. Yeah. Even with the tire on it, it's a super light wheel package.
Really?
I'm sure without the rubber, it's even ridiculously lighter. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive for with a sprocket on it.
Heck yeah, it is. It's light.
It is light. So we get our valve core installed with our torquing valve core installer tool. You can see it's set to 4.5 Newton meters, so that way I know it's not too tight or loose. Something else new to the V4, as far as I know, the track tires always used to have it. This right here actually is a sticker that's covered over. That's super nice.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
It's only on the one side.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So since it's spinning, it's out of balance. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the wheel weights that we had on there. And we start fresh. So now that it's stopped, this spot of the tire is heavy because it's fallen down there. So I'm gonna counteract that with some weight right at the 12 o'clock position above our axle there, which is pretty much where that other weight was. So it just needed some more weight. And then it should stay put wherever we stop it.
It is.
If there's one spot where it still moves, that means our weight's just in the wrong spot, but it's staying put.
Yep.
So we're good to go. All right, so using our pit bull stand with the awesome, many times shown accessory jack. And this is great, especially with that underslung caliper. I can just roll my rotor right in there and then push the wheel forward, and I can get the chain on the sprocket. No fighting, nothing's falling out, not dropping wheel spacers.
Yeah.
And then just roll this back in position. Looks like I'm just a little bit high because the new tire must be a little taller. and then put our axle in. All right, so I got the front tire off. Where's that replacement one at, Ebe?
It is in the frunk of my Corvette.
Oh, well, why don't you go get it then?
Yeah. I really wanted to see if it actually could fit in the frunk. And surprisingly, guys, it does. I got that and some oil that I got to take down to Ducati Cleveland, which is on the same road as Sills, but a little bit down the road, because they're doing an oil change on my Panigale V4R.
Can you roll it to me?
Roll it?
Yep. Oh, it's looking
rolls.
good. It's looking good.
Yeah, straight.
It's that dual compound.
Yeah. So now, basically, guys, Zach is going to do the exact same thing he did with the rear tire.
Exactly. And then we'll come back while we're putting it on the motorcycle. So just like our rear tire, the front tire also has SP designation. They just put a clear piece of plastic over this one if you want to peel that off, Eve.
Okay. I think I can do that, Zach. I think I got it.
You got it? Oh,
yeah.
Look at this.
Without your help.
Awesome. So now we got the important job of getting these calipers back centered.
Oh, yeah.
Since we don't have dowel pins, we can't just tighten these up. We need to try, because they have just a little bit of wiggle room up and down and side to side, you can see. Yeah. So the best way to do that I've found is snug it and then apply the front brake and then torque everything. And it seems to work good. So actually we're going to torque our front axle first. Okay, so spun the wheel, kind of centered everything. Our axle's already tight. And now I'm just going to snug them by hand at first and then go through and torque it. So if we don't do this, you can wind up with binding, which will overheat your rotors, or it just doesn't feel right, or you can wind up with a lot of squealing and screeching.
Both things we don't want.
Yeah, so let's see. Usually you can tell. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep.
See what happens after we apply the brakes. It's not bad. We've had them before. Like, I think you've seen it where I put up the wheel and it barely makes it half a spin with a normal push.
Yes.
There's a little bit of drag there, but you're just always going to have that unless you get calipers that don't have dust seals in them. All right, I'm happy with that. So we're going to reapply the brake lever and torque it. All right, so just double checking the tightness of all the fasteners on our front aero pack, and we are good to go for a test ride.
Nice. And he's off for his test ride on our beautiful 2023 S1000RR with its new Pirelli Diablo Super Corsa SP V4 tires on it.
All right, made it back from a successful test ride, and wow, is that a nice riding motorcycle. Super smooth, tires must have balanced out great. No squeaking from our front brake system so far. I'll go hit a couple more bumps, but I'm really liking how the calipers are set, so hopefully they can stay right there.
Yep.
And we got ourselves a winner here, Ebe.
It's looking beautiful, Zach.
Yeah.
It sounds great too when you're riding it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Nice, but yeah, what a great ride. It's a great riding motorcycle. The seat feels good with the Luimoto seat cover.
Yep.
And now we're looking slick with that carbon fiber tail back there.
Yeah, and just a reminder, guys, we did order the carbon fiber piece that goes here. We're going to put the rubber piece back on the stock one, so you'll be able just to swap them back and forth.
Yep, all you need is the key.
Yep.
So I think that's all we got for you guys today.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll catch you with one more video of doing something cool.
Yep.
If not, we'll see you at the giveaway on the 25th.
You got it, man. Thanks, Zach. He's right, guys. The giveaway, like I mentioned before, is October 25th. Information on how you can possibly win this machine, first link in the description of this video. I'm going to go set this bike aside and take a lot of pictures of it to send to Miami Mandy at Moto Million, because this thing just looks absolutely beautiful, guys. I mean, this is one of the best looking, I keep saying this, but this is one of the best looking build bikes that we've given away so far. All right, stay tuned for more videos. Special thanks to Miami Mandy at Moto Million, Pirelli Moto USA, Motul, Luimoto for the awesome seat covers. As always, Bren Tuning for the amazing ECU flashes. And we will talk more about all the sponsors in another video coming up. Thanks for viewing, guys. We'll catch you next time on the 650 Ebe YouTube channel.